I am Steve. No, I'm just kidding. I'm your instructor, Michael, and this is ChalkWild. Welcome back to ChalkWild, everybody, and we're continuing on with our series on video games. And right now, we're going to be going into Minecraft. Now, Minecraft is a pretty phenomenal game due to the fact that it is both a survival game where you have to go around and collect resources and find shelter, food, and basically keep yourself alive. And the other, it is a sandbox game where there is really no real story. Well, there is a story you have to do, but you can actually go around and do anything you really want. You can build anything you want. You can pretty much dig anywhere you want. Except don't go dig straight down, because that just usually ends up in lava. But the world of Minecraft is pretty cool, and it's full of a lot of different characters. And we're going to learn to draw those characters. Let's get started. First, we're going to learn how to draw more 3D objects. Since Minecraft is mainly made up of 3D blocks, we're going to go ahead and learn how to draw 3D cubes. And how we do that is we first draw a square. Then we add additional lines to give it depth. And we can actually add some shading to show which perspective we are drawing it from. These guidelines actually help your eye to figure out where this object is in 3D space. Another technique is to use a slanted line to show perspective. Perspective is basically where your eye is seeing this object from. So say we've got two squares right here. We want the one on top to be pointed one way and the one on the bottom to be pointed the opposite. So drawing angled lines pointing in different directions helps your eye figure out where this object is in 3D space. It even works looking down on things. Let me explain with these two cylinders. We draw one cylinder with the circle on top, so we're looking down on it. Next, we draw the other cylinder with the circle on the bottom, which means we're looking up at it. Using these techniques will actually make our artworks look a little better than if we were just to draw them in flat 2 dimensions. For example, let's draw Steve. And we're going to start off with a square and 2 smaller squares. Then another one up top here for his head. Then we're going to do a rectangle, and we're going to segment it out to 3 rectangles. And then rectangles for his hands. A square for his beard and a little square inside for his mouth, square for his eyes, and little square pupils. And then we're going to draw a square around for his hair. Now at this point, Steve doesn't look very impressive. He looks just fairly flat. But if we were to take our lessons we learned in perspective and add some depth using angled lines, we can make him look more 3D and way more impressive than just a flat drawing. And just like we did with our Roblox characters, once we've learned how to do this, we can actually draw him in 3D poses. Like this. Uh-oh, wait, he's missing something. Wait a second, I know what he's missing. His trusty pickaxe. But drawing the pickaxe is a little more complicated than it looks, so I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you. We'll start by drawing a straight line. Then we're going to put a diamond shape on top of it. And from there, we're going to do smaller diamond shapes. Like this. I'm going to do about 5 of them. Next, I'm going to draw an X in the big diamond shape up top and make those into smaller diamonds. And from that, I'm going to put another square on either side, like so. And then an even smaller square. Starting to look like a pickaxe, isn't it? Then we're going to go ahead and color those in. And we're going to color in this part right here, fill in another diamond shape. And there we go. We have Steve's trusty pickaxe. And once you've learned how to draw that, you can just go ahead and add it to his hand. Yeah, just like that. And you can use this to draw the sword in the same way. And you're probably going to need a sword because the next thing we're going to be drawing is the creeper. And how we do that is we start off with a square. And we go ahead and turn that into a cube using angled lines. Creepers have a long neck, so we're going to go ahead and draw a long rectangle. and its hooves are actually rectangular blocks. So we're going to go ahead and make 3D rectangles. One right there. And we're going to make it look like this hoof is stepping forward, as opposed to this one, which is just pointing down. And then we're going to go ahead and draw the back one. And next we're going to draw the face and the eyes. And how we're going to do that, we're going to make an arch out of squares, then put a square on top of it, and 2 squares on either side for the eyes. Next we're just going to put some small squares around it to show its matted fur. Clean this up a bit, and there we go, we got ourselves a creeper. Now for our last artwork, it's going to be the one and only
chicken jockey.
And this might be a little more complicated than you're used to, and you may not get it right the first time, or you might get lost. But just try and follow along the best you can and keep practicing, and eventually you'll get it. So we're going to start off by drawing a square. And we're going to go ahead and make that into a cube. Just like that. And then, from here, we're going to extend these lines out this way and this way to make another cube. We're going to go ahead and put the wings right here, and those are going to be this thin rectangle on the side with a split for the feathers. Then we're going to go ahead and extend another cube out here for the beak. And another cube down here for the little dangly red thing. I'm not sure what that's called, but it's going to be there. We're going to put 2 squares right here for eyes. And then we're going to make the chicken's legs, which is just 2 sticks and some flat feet. And there we have the chicken. But now we got to make the jockey. Let's start off by drawing a rectangle for his leg. We'll make that into 3D. And it's easier to actually draw through these things and on top of the other lines instead of having to go back and try and clean them because, well, it's a little too detailed. So you might as well just draw over it. And then we're going to draw a cube right here for the torso. And then we're going to draw some rectangles for the arms. Make those in the 3D shapes. And then one big cube right here for the head. And then we're going to go ahead and make the little slits for the eyes. Darken those in a little more. We're going to give him sleeves. And here we go. We got ourselves our chicken jockey. And it's easier, instead of cleaning it up, would be just to go ahead and fill in the white spots and the colored spots. So that way it doesn't look transparent and you can actually just color in the chicken. You want to do the same thing with the beak. And there you have it. We have drawn our chicken jockey. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And more importantly, I hope you learned something. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to catch future videos. And until next time, bye!